That's going to be awkward to explain when I see him.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Welcome to Cog Talk, a podcast brought to you by Cogstop Productions, home of podcast, tabletop, and geek talk. 12 Years Hollow, the Cog Talk theme, is written and performed by Bear Ghost. To listen to this track and more, check out www.facebook.com/BearGhostAttacks. I'm an awful fucking person. Oh, you asshole. You asshole. Hi, welcome to Cog Talk, and that's probably going to be our first soundbite that was ever written ahead of a whatever. I'm Patrick Tracy.
I'm Scott Newbill.
I'm Josh Haynes.
I'm Stephanie.
And today we are recording from the USS Enterprise.
Nope. New garage.
Holodeck. It looks like
Okay,
a
I'm not
garage,
being attacked by
but it's not.
zombie evil Lincoln or a literary character like Moriarty. It ain't the holodeck.
That's because they fixed it.
Yeah.
It never stays fixed.
Patrick
well,
Patrick
yes, it
Stewart
does.
with the Tommy gun disagrees with your decision.
That television. No. Garage. No holodeck.
USS Enterprise.
Wrong.
So, on to more awesome things like the USS Enterprise. I saw a movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
What movie did you see?
X-Men Days of Futures Past. Days of Futures Past? Days of Future Past?
Future Past.
Days of Future Past.
Yes.
Fucking
The past
awesome.
that is yet to come.
Okay, first of all, the title itself is it's a conundrum.
No,
Well, it's supposed to be a
pretty
paradox.
simple. They can
Days
write
of-
it down, so...
Well, duh, they can write it. Fuck you.
This should
It
be
should have just
called-
been called Age of Futures Past.
It should be just called X-Men fucking awesome.
Yeah, the movie was absolutely amazing.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yes, so well done, Bryan Singer, Patrick Stewart, who's also on the USS Enterprise with us right now.
No.
Yeah.
Not joining us, Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry, and some of the other actors I can't remember right
Is
away.
James
Ian
here?
McKellen,
Thank you.
James McAvoy,
Is James here?
Oh,
James
yeah.
better be here.
Jennifer Lawrence.
No one's here. This is a...
Do you keep wanting to go through that IMDb page?
I'm done.
Garage.
Are you sure you're done?
Yeah.
You positive?
Yeah.
So, the movie was
Shit, what was that girl's name? Ellie Page.
Ellen Page.
Ellen Page. Ellie, whatever.
Yeah, I get it because she looks exactly like Ellie from
Yeah.
The Last of Us. So, completely understand that. Nope. So, give you a brief synopsis on the movie, just in case you don't know. Logan and some of the other surviving X-Men of the future, not the future's past, but the future's future.
The future's present.
The future's present. I don't know. I don't watch Doctor Who. I have no idea how this shit works. So, they're fighting Sentinels in the future, and Sentinels have become, like, way more godly than the 90s cartoons. And they have to send someone back in time, like, mentally, back to their selves in time. They really don't explain how Ellen Page, Kitty Pryde can do that, but doesn't matter. And the only one whose mind is, like, strong enough to do that is Logan's, even though he's obviously not the brightest character of the X-Men.
Or the most diplomatic.
Yeah. But he's just the one who gets chosen. Like, they would have sent Charles, but Charles, it would be like, I guess if you send them back, like, more than a couple of days, you'd just completely, like, comatose them.
Obliterate their mind.
So Logan's in charge of getting back younger
Professor
Magneto
Hotness.
and Professor X in order to stop Mystique from an assassination attempt.
Old Younger made no sense, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the older version of them time-wise, but the younger version of them age-wise.
It's in the 70s.
Yeah,
Okay, so
70s.
it's not Sir Ian McKellen.
No.
Okay.
No, it's James McAvoy,
Yeah.
right, is Professor X, and I forget the character who does young Magneto, but he does an awesome job.
Yeah.
Because that guy straight up is like, yeah, you're a dick.
Because being an angry German with power is very hard to play.
He's also the one that's directing the Assassin's Creed movie.
But the
And
whole
it
point
is hard to play. Sorry, it is hard to play an angry German man. because usually
With power.
they die, as proven by any World War II movie, and most Die Hard movies.
Well, Michael Fassbender is very good at his job.
Yes, he is. I had to get the Bruce Willis joke in there. I felt it. I felt it, and I just had to go, Bruce, go.
Nonetheless, Professor Hotness and
Patrick Stewart?
no, James McAvoy.
Thought I was going to catch her with that one.
No. Professor Hotness and Eric, which is Magneto, have to join arms and come together to get what? Holy shit! I just totally
Mystique.
Mystique. Thank
There
you.
you go.
I was gonna call her Raven.
Sexy blue lady.
Yeah.
That's her name.
Well, I know it's Raven, but it's Mystique at that time.
So it's Raven of Future's Mystique.
no, it is Raven in the 70s.
I don't know how this works still.
It's fine. Don't think too hard.
Becomes
I'm
dudes
totally
in
teasing.
Carl's Jr. commercials.
Yeah. Overall,
Jennifer
movie,
Lawrence, that's all you need to know.
yes. Movie was the best X-Men movie that I've seen. It had all the right choreography. It had some great punchlines because it's 70s Wolverine, so he hasn't been a part of Weapon X yet. And so there's certain things that are going on that he, future him having it for I think 40, 50 years at that point, is not realizing right away where it's like, oh, I'm not going to set off a metal detector.
That's exactly where my mind went.
Yeah. Because we all know that he always does shit like that. So
Well, even Magneto says, just imagine if those were metal.
I forgot what I was going to say.
it's okay. It'll come to you. It will come.
Oh, yeah,
If
the
you
one-
build it, they will come
All right, well,
to your future's past.
you should just stop trying.
I'm going to.
The one thing that I've been kind of worried about is this giant cast of mutants. How did that balance out?
It balanced out really well. The main kind of story drivers, for a majority of the screen time, are, you got Logan as Wolverine, Eric, Beast, Professor X. I like how I called him Eric instead of Magneto. Magneto, Beast, Professor X, and Mystique. Kind of running the forefront of most of the plot line. And then in the past plot line, in the Future's plot line where they're trying to send Logan back, you have Blink, Warpath, Professor X, Magneto, Storm,
Iceman, Shadowcat, Colossus, Bishop.
Yep. Yeah, so you have a bigger cast out there. They don't have a lot of interactions with each other, but
Storm.
they're the, not to say the last stand because there was already an X-Men last stand, but they are the last stand. To try and keep
They're-
Logan safe from the Sentinels finding them.
Yeah.
Right.
Since I've been avoiding any trailers or anything, I have to ask because I remember from my childhood a very unfortunate thing happened to Storm during the Sentinel apocalypse.
Yes, she does have a different haircut.
Is it the really, really bad mohawk?
No.
No, it is not Mohawk. It's short and spiky.
She's
punky?
like punk.
Yeah, like
she's
punky.
like punk, spiky,
But you can't
white.
really. But that would be our equivalent of what the mohawk used to be.
Yeah, it's not necessarily
Well,
I think
I'm
our
talking-
Mohawk is now the faux hawk for those that probably just shave the side of their head.
Fair enough.
But no, it's kind of like punk rocky, kind of like spiked. Not like Liberty spikes, but short and spiked.
Oh, okay.
Like she was shocked by lightning.
Oh.
Spiky.
Or got a haircut from Billy Idol.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Because Billy Idol cut his own hair for the spikes in this joke. It's not like he had a hairstylist that did that to him.
Why didn't you just say Stephen Hawking then?
Because it looked good. It was symmetrical.
I just totally kind of going off topic here. I like the one comment you made to me while we were in the middle of the movie where...
Stop talking to me. I'm watching a movie.
No! And you were the one that made the comment to me. You pointed out that he was in a hover wheelchair.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
I
so
got,
they finally did.
I gotta push this topic.
Was
all
it
right?
yellow?
No.
Aww.
It wasn't even that hover. It was a 90s cartoon hover wheelchair, but it was for the future Sentinels. Professor X had a wheelchair that had like 4 hover pads on it that were like just glowing, like think Iron Man, like discs on the bottom, so that way he can hover around and not have to use wheels. If they've made that technology, why don't they just give him fucking like robotic legs?
And that's exactly what he said to me in the middle of the movies. And he starts laughing.
They gave Sentinels legs.
Oh, they gave Sentinels fucking
Everything.
everything.
No. Initially, their legs, their few little things. They gave Sentinels legs. They could have given him robo legs.
That is so.
At the very beginning of the problem.
Yeah, like it's
let's tap into this new technology. Go.
legs.
And they talk about like the leg thing in the 70s. Like you'll see like a solution to that in the 70s, but I won't spoiler.
But overall, awesome movie. Like all the right fight scenes. Quicksilver steals at least like a good 15-20 minutes of the movie in the best way. By far, one of my favorite parts of the movie was Quicksilver.
Mine was James.
Not a character that stands in the movie too long.
But memorable.
Yeah, he gets like his plot point and leaves, but so memorable. Like it was so fun. He must have had a blast doing that scene. Those scenes, I should say. There's multiple.
Yeah, for any girl out there that hasn't seen Wanted or X-Men First Class, James McAvoy. Did I say it right? Okay.
Is hot. Yes, you've said this.
Fucking-
You called him Professor Hotness already.
No, I need to keep calling him Professor
Absolutely
Hotness. I
not.
gotta get this point across.
Scott, you saw a movie.
Yes, I did. I saw Godzilla.
That's not hot.
Let's talk about that more, Josh.
Lizards aren't hot.
I'd bang a lizard. I don't know.
You said
Oh!
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get Josh in on the conversation. I was drawing an imaginary line on the table. I wanted her out of my holodeck.
Aww.
You could just send her out the open door.
I'm not going to jettison my girlfriend out of the fucking USS Enterprise.
Garage.
You're a
You
sick
don't
man.
Float people, dude. Do you know what happens to people in space?
You're a sick,
No,
sick
because
man,
I've never
Josh.
been to space. Like, right now, we're not it. I can't say in space, because being on a planet, we're already in space.
Oh, yeah, you're going to piss off some science nerds.
I know.
Stephen Hawking is going to give you a bad haircut.
Bring it. As long as it's free. I'll have a better story about a haircut than you ever will.
My hair's always perfect. That's why it's no fun. It's just not a story.
Yeah, exactly, than you ever will, so...
Not as
Yes.
perfect as Scott's.
Godzilla.
So, Scott, Godzilla.
Bill.
Yes, Godzilla.
Who has no hair?
The one thing that has been going around is that Godzilla is a horrible, horrible movie. You never get to see him. Anytime he's about to see something cool, it pans away, and you don't actually get to see it. You just get to see reactions. Bullshit.
Good. Okay, because that's the rumors that I was hearing, and I was disappointed. Like, it
Yeah.
felt disheartening.
Oh, yeah. I hated when I heard that. I was going to not see the movie, but it's a Godzilla movie. And I needed a good kaiju movie. I've seen Pacific Rim so many times.
No
Yeah.
idea what the fuck a kaiju means.
You've never seen Pacific Rim?
Well, I know that this Pacific Rim things were kaijus, but is kaiju a term outside of Pacific Rim?
Yes, it is Japanese for giant monster.
Yeah.
It's Japanese for giant monster, and I noticed you've been using it a lot lately just because you like the word. And
I
think it's
love that
cool.
word.
So you're a little word nerd. Anyways, yeah, it's just giant monster. That's it.
Okay.
Anything.
Because in my mind, when I heard kaiju, I was thinking like a Super Saiyan with the last name of Goldstein.
Those Saiyans can become kaiju when they see a full moon. That's right. I've connected Godzilla and Goku.
Thank you. Thank you. Masterfully done. Well done.
But it goes back to the original, where he's the original Godzilla. He's the fatter.
Yes, but it's not a man in a suit. It's CG and it looks good, but it's the original shape. And that is amazing. I love the fact that they went back to that instead of the giant iguana.
Yeah, well, the kind of spinier looking Godzilla from the Matthew Broderick version.
Drool.
And I was really happy to see that Godzilla's signature move is in the movie. multiple times.
Is it a really slow punch because it was a guy in a foam suit? That's the only thing that I remember from Godzilla movies. From
No, it wasn't.
Don't tell them.
I'm not going to tell it because at that point it would be a spoiler.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to go see the movie to see.
Is it a seismic toss?
It might be.
Did Godzilla use
He
tackle?
sprouts wings, flies into the air, and when he flies in a circle with the opponent, it looks like he's making the shape of the Earth. He slams you back into the ground.
For those of you who don't play Pokemon, you are confused as fuck.
Or watch the original anime when Charizard did it. That's where it comes from. Like my actual description.
Would Charizard be a kaiju?
Not big enough.
What if he was...
No.
I was about to ask a dumb question, like, what if he was bigger? That's the definition of it!
Well done, 5-year-old Pat.
It's a motorcycle. What if it had 3 wheels? That... no.
So yeah, it's a great, great movie. So you have to go see it, you have to go see it, and you have to go see it. You have to go see it twice.
There's quite a few movies actually coming out that are must-sees. I mean, I saw the one for Lucy. I definitely want to go see that. If you like Limitless, it's very much like that.
Yeah, except with Scarlett Johansson, which... In my list of like celebrities that I would want to be romantic with, definitely beating out Chris Bradley. I totally said Chris Bradley. It's
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper.
Cooper.
Chris Bradley is actually one of our listeners. Well, when you hear this, that's going to be awkward as fuck. Oh, I
He's
think we have our
mine.
soundbite.
Bruce,
I've
you
got
can't
at
have
least 2
him.
for this episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's adorable.
That's going to be awkward to explain when I see him.
I hope I'm there.
I want to be there too.
Oh,
Yeah,
watch it.
I
like
think
I
we
was
should-
told to see
Yeah.
After
several
this, we
times.
should go talk to him.
Yeah.
No, we'll just start appearing every now and then, and when he listens to the episode finally, he's going to be like, did you say you wanted to bang me on the air? Well, less than Scarlett Johansson, but more than Bradley Cooper, I guess? I don't know, Bradley Cooper's got those dreamy eyes.
All right.
But
Matthew
yeah,
Broderick
Lucy
wins.
looked like an awesome movie with Morgan Freeman in it, too. We saw a trailer for The Expendables 3.
Oh yes.
How does... Oh, God.
Did they get rid of the people that needed to get gotten rid of?
I did not see Bruce Willis in the trailer.
Arnie.
Yes.
Oh God,
Chuck.
Yes.
Chuck Norris.
I think Chuck was in the trailer.
I
don't
hope
remember
not,
Chuck.
because he's the one that made them go PG-13.
No, I
last
don't
time
remember
around.
him being
For that one scene.
And they were like big old.
No, it was still
Right.
rated R, but if you notice in The Expendables 2, when it's his scene, everyone he kills doesn't have a blood splatter.
Yeah.
It made his scene, like, clean up a little bit. But, like, the rest of the movie was like, you know,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna blow
me
your
out
head
of
off.
everything. Just like, okay, people are being hit with bullets.
Yeah, it was all the,
Right?
all the original cast, it looked like. Plus, Rowdy, that female, MMA fighter. I forget her name.
The chick that can kick your ass.
Oh, yeah. She will fuck my shit up. Also on my list of people that would fuck my shit up, above Bradley Cooper.
Chris Bradley.
Chris Bradley, I might be able to take Chris. I don't know. I don't know. Chris, you know,
I'm
like,
selling tickets to
yeah,
next week's
he,
fight.
he seems like such a sweet guy. Like, as a listener, he seems like such a sweet guy that I don't think that I could ever bring myself to get in a fight with him. Me and Bradley Cooper in a bar, we're both drunk. I don't know. Maybe
You
he'd be
drunk?
like, "You're too pretty," and I'd be like, "Well, thanks, but you know, Bradley Cooper, please stop telling me that." I can't say the rest.
What about the fourth whiskey brother?
John Wessling.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes,
good
I
job.
remember. I
the
remember
name.
his name.
Just thought I'd call back to it, just in case.
Hey, callbacks are always appreciated. But yeah, they had a huge lineup. I know Harrison Ford was in the lineup. Oh my god, it was just massive.
Morgan Freeman.
No, that was in Lucy.
Limitless. Or, yeah, Lucy.
Oh, he might have been in this one too. You never know.
Yeah.
was
Lucy
red.
talks more about the whole your mind going to 100%.
Oh no, I'm talking about the
So-
Expendables 3. He was in red, so he could do Expendables 3. That would
He
have
could
been cool.
he could narrate it.
I watched that movie 1,000 times.
I know.
And
I
then
did
they
the
dove
audiobook.
bombed their plane into the river where the army was gathering, dumped their fuel supply on them, and set them on fire.
Have you seen the video?
Much like my childhood, where I
Morgan Freeman has a dark fucking childhood in your books.
no, I just I remember when all he did the narrating for the universe thing on the Science Channel.
Yeah, wasn't it about the universe?
Yeah, about the universe. Anyways,
The hell is that?
he
Fucking huge.
Superbug. That's a full size moth. Anyways,
Yeah,
enjoy
that
it.
is Mothra.
How did Mothra get into U.S. Enterprise?
There's a glitch in the system.
Oh.
See?
So, oh, sorry, you were making a point.
I was saying that on the Science Channel, he would always revert back. He would talk about the subject that was going to be of the episode, and then it connected to his childhood in some way. And it was
My
usually-
childhood
yeah.
is like the universe. It revolves around me. I heard that there was some rumors about Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes. Latest rumor is that his DC character is going to be a certain captain who is marvelous.
Captain Adam?
God, you're an idiot. Captain Marvel.
Black Adam?
No, I hope that he's actually going to be Captain Marvel.
Yes. Well, they're going to call him Shazam because of the reboot and everything,
Shazam.
but it's Captain Marvel.
So he's the name of his word of power, which is also made up of 7 names.
Yes.
So it's the biggest form of nameception I've seen thus far.
I'm picturing the easiest writing trick ever, where it's like, oh, thank you, kind stranger. What shall we call you? My name is Shazam. Poof. Fuck.
Yeah, that's the problem with calling the hero the name that he uses as the word that transforms him both into a superhero and back into the boy. As soon as he says his name, if he's a superhero, he's... You know, if he's sitting there saving the day, he says his name, it's like, I'm Shazam! Boom! Everybody knows the secret.
Wouldn't that...
Well, it's not boom, it's a lightning strike, and it has to hit him. He's used it as an attack before.
Well, that's true. So I guess if
He
he were...
holds a small child over his head.
if he were to know it, then he could dodge. But if he were to just, you know, let's say he's a kid, he's out hanging out with his friends, and they're at the, you know, arcade or something because for some reason they don't go to school. You know, they're like, oh
He's an
yeah, man, I
orphan.
love that superhero Shazam. Bam! He wasn't expecting it. Everybody knows that he's fucking Shazam now.
I want to point out he's one of the few DC heroes that like gets a family in some way. Like he has the whole parent death thing.
We've
For the record,
talked about that
Batman
before.
kind of gets a surrogate family too, but he keeps killing them.
But but I just remembered this that he gets like an uncle.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they make, and then there's a plot line of the Marvel family with Miss Marvel and the crippled newsboy, I think it was,
Wait, like
Captain Marvel Jr. I think it was called. Even though I'm shitting you not, I am shitting you not. At this point, I am not shitting. Scott, I'm not shitting you. I am not shitting you.
I don't see any shit.
I wish you were.
Yeah, but hey. Way to be a DC fanboy. You know, it's not like Marvel does anything stupid like that. Oh, wait. Marvel does plenty of stupid shit like that, too. But yeah, I can definitely see The Rock being a great
hell yes.
Captain Marvel Shazam.
If this is true, I'm excited for it. There's one superhero I'd be more excited for, but I'm incredibly excited for this one.
Are you thinking of a certain Green Lantern?
Yes.
Hal Jordan. That's the only one, right? That counts.
There's fighting words from nerds.
Josh, you were this close to getting hit. I'm not going to nerd fight you. I'm going to straight
I'll
up
be
punch
selling
you in
those
the nose.
tickets.
Still
Oh, it is
can
still
respond in kind.
for the record. It would still be a nerd fight because you two would be physically fighting. And I assume that you fight like nerds.
You assume wrong.
I picture a bunch of slaps.
Because I remember hearing about fantasy versions of you, and you think that you can do karate in your mind, and Josh would think that I would help him in this situation, which he is sorely mistaken about.
Well, see, that's just it. He thinks you're going to help. I don't have any assistants. I'm at least going to hit him.
Motherfucker, I am wearing Mario pajama pants right now. I am helping shit. I'm barely helping myself.
Although they look
Spiffy.
so fucking awesome.
Somebody did not turn off their phone.
I did. It died.
So
It transformed, actually.
Yes.
It's a transformer phone.
Okay.
USS Enterprise. Another... Well, it's not necessarily a rumor. It's actually news. Edgar Wright walked off of Ant-Man.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah, I guess that him and... I believe it was Fox that does the anime movies. Or is it Marvel? Might have been Marvel.
It's Ant-Man, so it's going to be Marvel.
Yeah. But him and Marvel had a difference of vision for the script writing and the producing and stuff like
Is your
that.
phone still dying?
I don't know what my phone's doing right now. It's possessed. I'm just turning it off.
It's the worst death scene I've ever seen.
Anyways. So... now I'm all fucked up.
Captain Marvel.
Oh, now you're about to push me out the floor. This was going to go to our days of Futures Past Futures.
In the present.
So,
Past.
how was your day, Josh?
Oh.
But no,
Timeception.
there was a difference of creative vision for what they should do. I think I'm gonna get the sides mixed up, but one side wanted more of kind of Ant-Man's kind of entourage and stuff like that, and get more of the characters from the Ant-Man universe in, while the other wanted it to pretty much be the next stepping stone for Avengers 3. And kind of a in-between movie, like a little soft serve.
Which
Like
would probably
Captain
have
America
no
1.
sequel.
Your
I thought
phone
you
it
turned it
really
off.
is
I
possessed.
did turn it off, and the phone's turning itself back on. Battery out. If it turns itself back on, we burn it and send it to hell.
I agree.
My phone is possessed. Sorry, listeners. We're sorry. Especially you, Chris Badley.
Badly.
Bradley. With a BR. But yeah. Hey, since we're on such a streak of fuck-ups right now, why don't I do a plug?
Yeah, let's try that.
Because this can't go wrong at all. Now, personally, I know that I love to travel when I have the right finances, because I'm poor. But you know what helps me with being poor? AltonGoTravel.com. ALTON GoTravel.com. You can save up to $525 on flights, hotels, cars, and cruises by booking your next reservations through AltonGoTravel.com. Again, that's AltonGoTravel.com.
Let's
I didn't
go
fuck that
travel.
up.
Let's go to Wisconsin.
Fuck Wisconsin.
Oh, come on. I'm from Wisconsin.
I don't
really.
care if we have 0 Wisconsin
That's why you're
listeners.
here.
Well, I'm here because of other reasons. I'm here because
You're
I'm
here because of
madly in love
Wisconsin.
with someone across the table. But
Sorry.
Thank you.
God, you're a lucky
Aw.
man. You big eye.
Yeah.
Catherine's
you.
gonna kick my ass.
Yeah.
There she is. She's going
Don't-
to kick your ass, take your soul, and send you to hell.
I know.
Because she's a ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Illustrating it.
Ginger.
She a kaiju? Am I using that one right? I don't know how any of this works.
I'd be more of a ginger than she is.
No, she's actually ginger. Though.
Really?
I can't say
Oh,
it.
I didn't know that.
I can't say it. The better joke.
I'm just saying, I got
You
freckles and
can.
pale skin
Don't be a
on.
cock tease.
Okay, fine. You'd be more of a kaiju than she is.
Oh, he is a kaiju.
Thank you. See? No holds bars.
I can tell you from experience he's a kaiju.
No,
All
no,
right,
no,
so
I'm
next
talking about-
next topic.
So, I love to travel. Going back to our AltonGoTravel.com promo. And I want to know that I want to do the next Music Wars because Scott must be dethroned. He's one of the last 2.
So this Music Wars brought to you by AltonGoTravel.com.
Absolutely.
There
That's
we go.
AltonGoTravel.com. See what happens when you get plugs with us? You get tons of name drops, like AltonGoTravel.com. So this Music War, I'm thinking of a way to kind of beat Scott with the game, like change the rules a little bit. Like instead
Really
of
isn't that hard.
well, you're 2 for 2 right now against every other person on the podcast,
Including guests.
including guests, including Pretty Rob. Did Pretty Rock get a vote? Yes, he did.
Yes,
he did.
He did the.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, he did Ghost Rider.
Yeah. You say with scorn on your face. So I want to know, what is your go-to road trip song? It doesn't necessarily have
Son
to
of
be.
a bitch.
Yes, in your face.
The only reason you choose this is because you know I don't know music like you or like Josh.
I don't even know music like Pat does.
But you know music better than I do.
It's because I put effort.
To be fair, my music knowledge isn't doing me diddly dick right now because I've lost 2 music wars, and I host them and create them.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just unbeatable.
We'll find
God, I
out.
hope not. I'm gonna figure out that you have a secret team of voters that just fucking pump your numbers.
Or you could just not make him an option.
I'll have to wait for him to leave the room and do a quick music war sometime.
Well, then that doesn't count because I'm not involved, so it doesn't hurt my numbers.
Yeah, fuck your numbers. So, for example, my go-to road trip song has to be the Red Hot Chili Peppers discography. If I had to pick one in general, definitely Scar Tissue. That song has cruising down a 2-lane road with barren nothingness on either side of you, and it's all just chill. Nice bluesy beat, nice bass, and let's face it, Red Hot Chili Peppers, fucking awesome.
All right,
Yes.
Josh.
Mine, easy. Because it sets the tone for the trip with what it makes everyone do. And anyone who hears this song will sing it. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh.
Cop-out.
It's not being a cop-out because that sets up the rest of the singing for the rest of the road trip. And it's not like, 99 bottles of beer in the man.
No, but that's the one song that everybody fucking sings and everybody knows it.
Yeah, but it starts them singing the next song, too.
It's a gateway drug to singing.
It is.
It's a
Yeah.
good pick. Like,
It is.
It's solid.
But
so everyone that's about to vote for Scott, you're all fired. You're on Josh's team instead. The monster goes down.
Hey,
I'm
wait!
sure
I
that's the way it's gonna
haven't
go.
said mine yet.
Doesn't matter. So
What?
long as Scott doesn't win.
Okay. Well, that's true.
Well, then what's your pick?
Mine is actually Offspring All I Want. I am like a huge Crazy Taxi fan, and I drive really fast. And not well, because now I've smashed another car. But anyways, that is my go-to song if I'm going somewhere.
Wait, the car you just got?
No, not the car I
Okay.
just got. That's still in the shop.
The car that she just had before the car that she just got because she ruined the car that she just had.
Okay.
Women drivers.
I've only smashed 2 cars.
Speaking of things that do poorly on the road, what's your song, Scott?
Oh, I hate you guys so much. I've got 2 options. I can take this seriously, or I can go for funny and hope funny wins it for me.
Are you funny? Are you?
I'm a little funny.
Are you?
Funny looking.
Oh, that too. I don't know which one to pick.
Oh, really?
No, I'm serious. I've got these 2 songs, and they're both great. One that I actually use, and one that I actually use. I'm gonna go with the funny one. Victoria Carlton's 1,000 Miles.
Vanessa Carlton?
Vanessa Carlton, sorry.
It's okay. I'll help you out, Baby Bird. Even though that I could have just put that
Wait.
on there, no one would know what song it is.
Is that
And
the
it'd be-
one that goes...
Yes.
Oh,
The
no.
Making My Way Downtown.
Yeah.
And I don't know any more of that song.
Don't. Just don't. Alanis Morissette beats that. Like, just
about the
to the
same.
ground. I'm not saying I'm
No,
picking
but
Alanis,
but I can
I'm-
understand why you picked it, because now that I've done that little key of it, and it's a horrible movie to go back to in my
White
book.
Chicks.
White Chicks. Yes, I've
Yep.
got Terry Crews now singing it in my head.
Yeah. That's why I pick it.
All I see is Terry Crews' character's ex-wife or current wife's character in a wheelchair in my head right now.
Oh,
That's it. That's all I got from that movie.
excellent! I forgot about that too. That's one of those movies that I'm not going to lie. Like I hate most of it, but there's some parts that make me stop hating it, laugh, and then continue hating it.
It's definitely one of those.
So, next topic, because I want to pick something that I'm actually good at.
Yes, Professor.
Couch multiplayer games.
Ooh.
This isn't a voting system, but I just wanted to have a quick discussion because with the next-gen systems, I think that split-screen games are going to start phasing out even more and even more with, the Twitch streaming abilities and other options that they're adding to it. I think that they're pushing more towards everyone has a console, so why put it in a split screen?
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because there are a lot of really good couch multiplayers.
And that's what I wanted to kind of go around the table and get everyone's opinion on. What's your go-to couch multiplayer? It doesn't have to be couch co-op, doesn't have to be couch competitive, but anything that you can just have one controller in your hand, throw another controller to your buddy, and play in the same room.
I'll go first.
Let's have you go first.
Okay. Resident Evil 5. I had an absolute blast playing with you as Sheva and having that work together system. It's great to have that kind of like Portal does, where you have to have the other person sitting next to you. Otherwise, you're not going to succeed.
Yeah, and let's be honest, that game's AI on its own, Sheva runs herself into the river and drowns.
Yep. Every damn time.
Yeah, your partner was absolutely useless to have. So if you played the single-player experience before you got a chance to do a multiplayer experience with that game, it was completely spoiled. Because once you got an actual logical teammate, it was one of the best games that you can play.
And there were so many times we failed going, and there was that mountain scene. I won't spoil too much, but there was this one fucking
Can't
part.
spoil that game.
Well,
Six is on.
well, I don't. Just in case.
There's certain quick time events
Yeah.
that require both players to put in the inputs at the right time.
Yeah.
And so when one player panics and fucks up, start from me.
It wasn't always me. It wasn't always me. Although they do yell out the name, Ashava.
Yeah, as the person falls to their death, it's I wonder who fucked up. I can picture Chris in my nightmares screaming out Sheva for how many times that failed.
That was awesome. Awesome game.
Yes, and let's face it, zombies and buddies,
Yeah.
always a good combo.
Always.
How about you, Josh?
Honestly, I do have some older ones, but new ones. Thankfully, AB's been bringing his Wii U to the pool hall.
Oh yes, and Nintendo's always been really good with couch co-op.
And the new Super Mario,
Yes.
because you have burst mode where a person can use the Wii U pad to put blocks and kill people. This is not just couch co-op, it is also couch competitive. Because
Definitely.
if you die and run out of lives, you can just dig everyone else so they run out of lives too.
Or you can have your 4 friends trying to go through and you dicking them.
I have yet to play this game, so I'm kind of excited to see this.
Yeah, it's Mario, Luigi, and 3 Toads.
Next time we're all down at the lounge
2
and
toes.
AB's got the Wii, we'll hop on.
Yeah, definitely have to. Definitely have to.
That is by far one of the best games that have come out with the couch multiplayer, is the new Mario games from the Wii and the Wii U. Just the same screen at once, going through the map, and you get that nice teamwork aspect where it's just bounce off my head and, go up to there and you'll get the second level. Hey!
Or I'll hold you and we'll
Yeah.
spin and we'll fight this bigger guy.
Yep.
Or
But
you
then-
can do what I did, which is run up next to somebody, spin, pick them up, and then run off the side of the cliff with them.
You can just do that just by pushing the right edge of the screen because it's that nice little side-scrolling, dragging death
Well, yeah,
ball.
but then you get the kamikaze where you go down with them. And that's just funny.
My favorite was always bouncing on people's heads when they didn't want me to bounce on their head. So they're about to clear a gap, and I come in from higher above on my kind of falling down portion of it already, and just shove them, just send them down into the abyss. Get back in the fiery water, bitch. The coins are
I
mine.
did that every single time. Every time you were above me, that's what happened. That's how I died.
Yes, I will cause your death so
It
many
was-
times in that game.
It was either that, or I notice you're above me and I run so fast that I forget to jump and I just run straight into lava.
This kind of brings back a random memory of being in Walmart, and I'm holding a 5-pound bag of Twizzlers, and I had the feeling that you were going to slap it out of my hand. And so when I went to hand it to you, I hesitated and pulled away. And then I explained it to you that I thought you were going to slap it out of my hands, and you're like, "Ah, but that would have been awesome." Now I want to.
To clarify the story, keep in mind that from my perspective, she went to hand me a bag of Twizzlers and then flinched it back.
Yeah.
I had no knowledge of this, her little thought process, that sounds horrible, her thought process behind this, until she explained it to me, and then I wish I did. But then again, I don't need her flinching every time I reach for something in the store. Get pulled over by security or a cop.
But I was like, it was
Pulled over on what, a Segway?
Yeah.
It happens. I don't know where, but it happens. I'm
No,
sure.
we were in Walmart. They would have been like, "That's normal."
What about you, Scott, going back to the topic at hand?
Sorry.
What's your couch multiplayer game? What's your go-to?
I've had a lot over the years, but as of right now, I'm going to go with the most recent, which is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Solid pick. And I've actually watched a couple guys that are way better than I am play that.
I watched more than a couple. I watched the tournaments in North and Southern California. My God. That's what got me more into playing, and then I discovered you had the game. So I was like, hey, help me become better. And then you did. And now I'm better. I'm almost as good as you.
And we, combined, are almost as good as 1/64th of an actual player of that game.
Yeah.
It's like being like, I got my own clan, and I want to send you an invite on the Xbox Live to join me in Black Ops 2. Yay! And then there's like the actual professional gamer that's like eat, sleeps, and shits Black Ops, or like, Call of Duty, Battlefield, any of these first-person shooter games, where they can tell you, like, oh yeah, if this guy's this far away, you just aim it like this. The third bullet of this gun always hits this point of the screen, so you just remember that if you fire 3 bullets, it hits this point every time. And they end up,
Or there's also the people that can tell you the minute, like, numeric values of using hip-fire accuracy, plus the laser scope and the foregrip and then the silencer, and tell you exactly how your gun's going to fire. I actually found a guy on YouTube that does that crap.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I will play games at a surface level and enjoy them. Which is why I have to bring up what I think is the best couch multiplayer game, Left 4 Dead. The Left 4 Dead series is absolutely one of those games that will make or break a friendship.
Yes, it is.
The one time that you go up and intentionally set off a car alarm or, startle a witch just to fuck with your friends is the best moment you can ever have as a gamer.
Not true. Being the tank in 1 and knocking someone off the hospital.
That was a dick move.
Yeah. No.
I was at the other end of this. That was a dick move, Josh. Because everything was fine. Everything was glorious. And it's like, I'm killing zombies. This is great. And we're playing Versus. And I just hear boom, boom, boom behind me. And I turn around and just see fist. And I see from another screen, I think it was maybe Rob or my brother that we were playing with.
Your brother.
I see from the other screen of my guy just going to his death. And it's while you're doing the stronghold for the helicopter, so it's like, well, I'm fucked. You're not going to find a closet in the helicopter. Like, hey, here's Francis.
Saved.
Yeah, that was. There's so many great moments from.
Oh, I spent hours on that in high school.
I've got a great moment. It was an achievement. The kill a tank on the hardest difficulty by yourself. And so I was playing the hardest difficulty, wasn't even trying. We walk into a room and you hear roar, shitting bricks. And then I see down, down, down immediately, because they were all bunched up together like idiots. So I run around for the next 10 minutes with a shotgun, just putting bullets into this tank, and I finally take him down. An achievement pops up. I was like, well, I'm not saving you fuckers. Turn off my Xbox and go to sleep. I laughed.
In all honesty, that game is not. It is one of the best couch games out there. But if you're playing it even with one less person than a full party, that game is not anywhere near as fun because you suddenly have a psychic teammate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like they walk out of a doorway, aim their gun straight up in the air, and like shoot a smoker that was hanging out above the doorway. I had that happen to me as a smoker so many times, where the computer AI
Yeah.
just obliterates me without even knowing that I was in the area.
I'll never play a versus if the other team has even one AI. Because that always fucking
Yeah.
happens.
Fucking
Yeah.
blows.
It's always a shame. I gotta say, like, there's a lot of memorable multiplayer moments for me, and not to go with the game themselves, but the moment themselves. One of my best memories in multiplayer was me and my buddy going around in Halo 2. Whenever I would get the oddball, it was my prerogative to start pretty much scream singing the American Gladiators theme as he plays defense for me. And it's the greatest thing because that was, when a lot of people didn't mute each other's mics because it was the
Yeah.
original Xbox.
Yeah.
And so what we had was a great dynamic of everyone else's speakers can now hear me just, da 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 da. And you can hear me going through the map proximity-wise. So you can come to find me, and then another guy's just behind me beating them down, like just completely wrecking their shit. As I'm just running around with this little glowing, skull, like, this is the greatest day ever. What are some of your most favorable multiplayer moments that you've had? I know it's a tough question. There's a lot to go through.
Oh, God.
So let's just say a favorite moment. Not
Does it have to be couch co-op?
no, any multiplayer will work. So
No,
if you
it's
play
not
with
even
someone,
multiplayer. It's
then
just
that absolutely breaks the rules. That's
Yeah.
like you can bring a sack
Well-
lunch on the field trip. Can I bring my car?
Can I explain?
No,
It's
that's
like, can it be illegal or not?
it was on the Sega Genesis CD, so it's not
Say a CD.
Sega CD. It's Sega Genesis, and then clip on the CD part. That's why it wasn't. Yeah, but okay, I'll think of another one.
Thank you. That was insightful. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Because it didn't have a bunch of co-op games that at the time. That game Shark.
I want to hear a timer going right now, like a
Yeah, I'm gonna just shut up.
either that or like
Oh,
the sound of a shovel digging. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
I gotta say, just visually, it was amazing for me because I got to experience the Sega Saturn. So I got to play Panzer Dragon and then a game series called Bug and Bug 2. And you just play these in the first one, you play a bug that was an actor for the bug world who a spider steals his family and he goes to save him. That's his reason for adventuring.
sorry, that's the scariest phrase I've ever heard. Was spider steals his family. Like that would absolutely like if my family got stolen by spiders. Fuck, I don't have a family anymore.
The second one introduces two new characters, and I don't remember who the villain is in that one. But they had unique, death scenes and everything when they died. There was an Afro bug. So he had an Afro disco suit and everything, and he would do his little float thing. It would actually be him doing the arm rolling. It was just fun to play with other people with those. And the other one was I completely forgot the other one. Was a maggot for a dog. That's kind of like the Sharpay thing. And that one did a little helicopter with the ears. But it was just fun to compete with my brother in the game to see who's going to get farther before the game over in this.
Oh wow, so it's one of those games where it's like you
Leapfrog each other.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, very nice. So that's always like a fun one too, like the old Mario games, where it's like, oh, I got further in the map, or like we play Super Meat Boy on the Cogsop team, and it'll just be like, you died like 5 times in a map, throw the controller, because you guys will rack up like 60 deaths on the harder levels.
Yep.
What about you, Scott? I've seen you contemplate for quite a while.
While I was digging my hole.
Yeah, I was just trying to come up with a good one. I'd have to say my first Comic-Con experience. It was the first time I ever went to Phoenix Comic-Con, and they have this entire room that it's actually a double room. If you ever go to Phoenix Convention Center, it's a double room. So they've got 2 entrances. And so they've got the wall down. It's completely full up of video games. And I walk in and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play some games. And they have all the consoles and they have a Wii. And on the Wii, they have Budokai Tenkaichi 3, the Dragon Ball Z game, with all the characters unlocked.
Ooh, that's a nice little perk for a ground display game.
Yeah.
Like usually you only get like 1 or like between 1 and 6 characters unlocked, but to have the full cast of a game unlocked.
I'm guessing the systems belong to the people that were running the room. So it was their personal stuff, their personal profiles, so they had it all unlocked as opposed to a demo. And so I walked up, I waited my turn, there were probably like 5 people ahead of me, got up, and I chose Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And so I...
Is he a kaiju?
No.
Okay. but is that the Goten from the future days past present?
You're hurting my head.
I'm hurting your Doctor Who brain. Go on.
So I get up there and I beat the first person, and he had beaten like 10 people ahead of me. And I'm like, yeah, I beat the champion. I assumed that he was getting tired. I was wrong. He wasn't getting tired. I was that good. I went through the entire line about 4 or 5 times.
You were just like the idiot savant of like Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. I don't know how many titles. I don't know how many titles this thing has.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, 6 words.
You know what I played? Worms.
But yeah, I went through the entire line like 4 or 5 times, and it was no one could beat me. I literally stopped because I had a panel to go to. No, that's probably the one that I'm going to go with.
But it's your thing for domination that's working.
Oh yeah.
So now that you've heard some examples, do you have a multiplayer experience?
I didn't become a gamer girl until I was very lonely. So
I'm gonna say we've been together almost 5 years now. We play multiplayer games. Pick one of ours.
I know. I am. I'm
Pick
just
Sheva
trying
falling
to...
off a cliff. Maybe Sheva falling out of an airplane. Maybe Sheva getting eaten by zombies. Maybe Sheva getting...
No, actually, it was playing tanks. I think that's what it was called. It was one of those like games that somebody had built in the... oh my god. Give me a second. Rob has it.
Oh, you're talking about Little Big Planet.
Yes,
some of the
thank
mods
you.
that people make for the
Yes.
game. And they had some great ones, like being like stick fighters and stuff like that, but you have to control them, and they have like Octodad-esque controls, so you just end up like spinning and flailing in circles until one person eventually dies from being like dismembered. From
Yeah, like you
and
could
stuff
take
like
off
that.
an arm, and like you could have like one leg and still like trying to fight the person. That was hilarious. That was probably my favorite moment.
That game was so
We did it for
stupid.
hours.
Like, we did one where it was the stick figure guys, but for some reason, the way that you controlled them was, like, their anchor point was their head.
Yeah.
And you just controlled them on an axis, like, around their head. Like, they didn't do it correctly, or maybe this was intentional, because it was hilarious to us. But, you just would control them, and as you would try and move them around, you just eventually, from the head point, just start spinning in a circle. You just be the spinning stick guy circle of death. And you're able to move your circle into the other spinning stick guy circle of death. And it would just be like, I don't even know how to explain it, like 2 propellers of airplanes going at each other until eventually one breaks. The fights will last like 5-10 seconds. We played this for an hour straight.
Yeah.
It was the most
so much
fucking
fun.
funny thing. I felt like I was so high playing this game.
Yeah. That was a blast.
It was just... it was gold. I'm not gonna lie, it was just fucking gold. And I'm glad that you picked a multiplayer game.
Well, for most of my life, I mean, it was all, like, stuff that I did by myself. Like, I played Barney on Sega, and I played the MLB on Nintendo, and NBA on Sega, and, I mean, that was most of my life up until moving to Arizona, where I actually got like into gaming more so.
I'm so sorry.
I know.
It's all Wisconsin's fault.
No,
Yes.
it's
No,
not
no,
Wisconsin's
it's been
fault.
determined.
Let me just point out, there was a good point of time in the winter where we had no electricity and lived off camping gear. So, that's why,
Yeah,
And
and
when
you
you
guys
kinda
would have to go
live-
outside and just roll cheese wheels down the hills for fun. That was a video game for you, right? If you can tell, I've had a very poor experience in Wisconsin. I've had several very poor experiences in Wisconsin.
yeah, you have.
Clearly.
You haven't seen the good side of Wisconsin, like, ever.
Unless
Is
it's
there a
a
good side of
field of
Wisconsin?
cheese and beer, it is not good.
Let me explain. There is a place that my uncle used to bartend for, and it was,
A field of cheese and beer.
no, it was a brewery.
So they had
it was
the
a
beer.
bar.
Did they have cheese?
No, it
Not
was,
good enough.
It was a bar. Well, you can get cheese curds anywhere.
There you go.
So if it's
beer
a
and
bar, so it's
cheese.
a microbrewery.
No, it wasn't a microbrewery. It came. Don't. Yeah, you can confuse me. Stop it. Let me explain. It was called the Safe House, and you had
Was
to.
it safe?
It was all about spies. So it
Sorry,
was
I'm
a
just
safe
picturing
house.
like a horrible catchline for that. Safe house, date rape central of 10 years.
And anyone that has been to the Safe House will tell you that their experience there has been unbelievable because there's something behind every door. If you open one door, there's a brick wall. For you to get in, you have to say a password, and you have to know what door to actually get into because there's no signs outside for the bar.
So it's
You have to know somebody that knows the safe house and where it is and what the password is. And if you don't know the password, you have to do things which people at the bar get to watch you fucking do. It's hilarious. Like hula hoop.
Like hula hoop.
Like hula hoop.
You're selling me on Wisconsin to hula
But
hoop.
they're already drunk.
The concept
They're already
overall-
drunk.
Oh yeah,
This
the
is
concept
bar.
sounds great.
Yeah, no, there's like there's
Give us something funnier than a hula.
well,
hoop, though.
they're already bar hopping drunk. So it depends on the person that's coming in. So if you're like completely stone sober and you pick up the phone because that's one of the places that you can do it. There's a couple doors, and you say, "I want to come in." They're gonna say, "What's the password?" I don't know. Well, they're gonna give you a list of things you need to do before you can get in. Go outside and find someone that can give you a pair of their panties. Or go outside and find a pair of shoes. Or you need to run around in circles for the next 5 minutes. And you'll get like the little fat man that's like winded after like 2 minutes. And he's like, I'm tired of
I'm
that.
sure a fat guy at some point would just find another bar.
No,
I don't know. At that point,
Like he gets to lap like 2.5 and he's like, I'm halfway there. Do I stop or do I continue?
But anyways, once you get in, then the experience just goes even further. In the women's room, there's a picture where they have men's genitalia covered up, and it's by a little panel. And if you pick up the panel, there's a gong that goes off to let everyone know in the bar that somebody just tried to look at genitalia. And instead, there's like a hilarious picture inside, which I won't say what it is, because it's a spoiler to women. Sorry, guys, you'll never know. We can also see in the women's bathroom all the men at the bar. So just keep that in mind if you're going there to cheat, because we can watch and see you the entire time.
okay, that's kind of killing business. Let's go back to bringing business to this place.
Bringing business.
It's creepy.
No, there's actually a puzzle on the wall that you have to solve, and it's one of those slide puzzles that you can do.
I'm gonna,
So it's James Bond mixed with a shenanigans.
Yes.
What,
There-
hey, Fargo, what's that one restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the wall?
Oh, you mean shenanigans?
Oh, you're talking about shenanigans, right?
I
Well-
gotta watch that movie.
On that note, I think that we're about done. Yeah, I don't think I can talk about Wisconsin any longer. I'm going to bomb them into oblivion, so...
I've got a topic. We've got a little bit of time. I want to get this out. Comic-Con is coming up.
Yes.
It's coming up a week from this Thursday.
I was so, busy plugging such a great company like altongotravel.com that I forgot to plug that some of us will be at Comic-Con this year.
Yes, we will. Phoenix Comic-Con at the Phoenix Convention Center in downtown Phoenix. There's a lot of Phoenix there. We're getting Danny Glover this year, Nathan Fillion, Richard Dean Anderson, Adam West, Burt Ward, who was the original Robin. Just so many phenomenal actors that we haven't gotten in the past that it's getting better and better. I think we're the number 7 biggest con in the U.S.
That's nice. But the most important thing is that Phoenix Comic-Con is getting Cogside Productions.
So,
We're not going to have a booth, but we're going to be there.
But hey, next year we may have a panel.
So maybe, if we're popular.
But if you want to talk to me, I'll be there all 4 days, and I will be at the Department of Zombie Defense booth. Come check us out, join up, and join the Zombie Walk on June 6th, Friday. It's Friday night.
If you want to talk to me, I'll be the guy by one of the fence with bolt cutters trying to get in.
yeah, I'll be that person too.
So you're going to be walking around a building with bolt cutters that there's nothing that you can cut.
I'm gonna just dress up as a zombie and try to sneak in.
Oh, no, Zombie Walk is free.
Oh, I didn't realize it was free.
Yeah, it's outside. It's completely free.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so
So yeah,
maybe,
come out and check us out.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring a little bolt cutters, maybe a little duct tape.
Sounds good.
But yeah, now we got to really fuck off. So I'm Patrick,
I'm Scott.
I'm Josh.
I'm Stephanie.
and you have been listening to Cog Talk.
This is the garage.
USS Enterprise Day. For more episodes, updates, and other projects, check us out at cogstopproductions.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Cogstop Productions and follow us on Twitter at cog_stop.